Good morning, everyone. Now let's start with our new chapter, our next chapter, that is politics of planned development. In our previous chapter, we have discussed about the challenges which India had to face. In this chapter, we will discuss the third challenge. The third challenge was financial development for the benefit of all. In this chapter, we will discuss what were the challenges, what type of economic challenge, what type of financial challenge India had to face just to develop its country, just to run its country. This challenge was a little bit difficult from others. You know very well, India is a large country. So many people are there, and to provide employment, to generate employment for them, it was a big task and a great challenge. In this chapter, we are going to discuss some points. One is, what were the main arguments for development? What were the arguments? What the people think about development, and what decisions were taken to develop our country. So first of all, we are going to discuss main argument of development, what the people were thinking about development. The second point, we will discuss the policies adopted by our leaders and what were its reason to do so, why they adopted that policy. Then we will discuss what were the achievement of this economic development policies and what were limitations, what were its limitations. And then we will discuss why policies of economic development in early period of independent India was left later on. So this is all about about this chapter we have to discuss. In first 2 decades of independent India, our leaders tried to create a modern India, and public sector played an important role in it. Public sector pose an image of developing independent India. Some postal tickets of that time itself tell the story of development which were going on at that time. You can see the image of that postal tickets in your book. In your book it is given. Now we will discuss political decisions taken for the development of country. What were the decisions taken by our leaders for the development? You know that at the time of First World War, iron and steel was in great demand. For the development, industrialization was necessary, and for industrialization, machines were necessary. When demand arised, then in India, Odisha became the best place for investment. Why? Because Odisha has a huge reserve of iron ore, which was yet to be extracted, which were not even touched. So, state government of Odisha thought it is the best time to invite investors, foreign investors in the state. it will solve the problem of employment in the state, and as well as the capital investment also. So the government invited the foreign investors and signed a consent form, signed an agreement with them. But the problem was the the most of the iron mines were in the underdeveloped area, in the remote areas of Odisha, where Adivasis were residing, where Adivasis were there. And for establishment of any factory, or just to just for mining activity, forests have to cut, and Adivasis have to remove from that place. So Adivasis were in great fear that if the factory will be established in their area, they have to leave their place, they have to leave their livelihood. On the other hand, some environmentalists were also afraid of, with the for the environmental concern. They thought that mining industries or establishment of factory will pollute the environment. Now, central government was in dilemma that if permission for establishment of factory was not given, then it will have bad impact on development issues of India, and it will set a bad example for the country. On the other hand, if there were voice raised, voice of protest raised, then it will become difficult to handle them. So central government was in dilemma that what steps he had to take. When Adivasis started their protest, it became very difficult because agreement was already signed, and withdrawal of that agreement will down the country's image, and it will be difficult to get any investors for the future investment. So this was the period of political collision. Many different views were floating among the people, and there were some political collision. After independence, so many decisions were taken, but they were not in contrary to each other. All the decisions were taken to just to complement the other, and all the decisions were for the economic development, and all are attached with each other, complement to each other. Everyone was agreed that development of India means both economic prosperity of country and socio-economic justice for all also. Means economic development consists both economic prosperity of India as well as socio-economic justice for its people also. And at the time of development, at that time, development means becoming more modern, and modern means just to copy Western culture, Western country. At that time of independence in India, there were two model of developments were there. We have to choose between two models. One was liberal capitalism, that was followed by some European countries or United States itself, and other was socialist model of development, which was adopted by USSR. And you have gone through both the ideologies. You know both the ideologies. During Cold War period, lots of people in India were influenced by USSR model. Communist Party, Socialist Party of India, and Jawaharlal Nehru itself was very keen of USSR model. So we have to decide which model we are going to adopt and which model of development will exist in India. In our next lecture, we will discuss planning commission and how planning commission worked and what development policies were taken for India. Go through your book, read the chapter, and try to do questions related that much of topic, and make your 1 mark question also. It will help in your MCQs. So we will meet in our next lecture. Till then, bye.